You hear the birds tweeting? The birds are tweeting. Birds don't need phones to tweet. Joy, peace, and love. 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 It might rain. Today is a day I would like to be at Six Flags. Today is a day I would like to be at Six Flags. Just enjoying. There's big yellow and black bees. They're called carpenter bees, and they bore holes to the under parts of wood. And they can really do a lot of damage. Joy, peace, and love. Joy, peace, and love. I should have brought my flute. I need to invest in a flute so that I can make some nice flute noises, flute sounds. There are ferns. There are ferns growing. See the ferns? Hello, Julia. I don't know if you can see them very well, but there's a fern between two ferns. Welcome. Question Amy. Welcome to Eddie's Funhouse. I'm out here with the birds. Pretty sounding birds. Well, welcome. Is the weather nice in Kentucky? I always like nice weather. There we go. Oh yeah, between two ferns that I mentioned that. Zach Galifianakis, he interviews celebrities. I'm pretty sure they're in on the joke. You should be off-putting. Sunny and 80 degrees. Wow. Here it feels like it might rain. Might rain. This morning it was pretty sunny, pretty clear skied, and now the clouds are starting to form. So maybe I'll stay out here for as long as I can until the thunder crashes. When the thunder crashes in the dark. I get to do outside today. I'm outside today. I'm having a bit of a restful day. I like it when I don't have to do anything. Today I swear I'm not doing anything. Isabella. Right now, a few more days, and then we are in for a bit of the same. Got a long distance. I let have to take the time to read it, and I am going to do it again. You're retired. How nice. Do you feel liberated? I would feel liberated if I could just say, I'm retired. All I have to do is watch my bank account, make sure that I budget correctly. If we could just avoid creating our own problems. A lot of times I think we create our own problems. Some of it's because of ignorance, some of it's because of greed, or not listening to people. If you listen to people, I do, but, oh, you get bored sometimes. Yeah, your husband still works. I know, everything is like a paradox. I think if you focus on boredom, I kept hearing that saying, what you focus on increases. Yeah, if you're bored, quickly do something that counteracts that boredom. Hello, Zirin. Sometimes there's a lot of exciting things that we can think of, even if it's sit in the coffee shop and watch people. I have a sign that says challengers wanted, and I'll sit there with a tic-tac-toe game, and it's amazing how somebody just appears in front of me, sits at the table and says, okay, what game are we playing? I should make those signs, make some little signs that say challengers wanted, and then sit in a coffee shop with your checkers or chess, or even Uno. I think Uno, you can get lost in that game. You lose track of time after a while. If you're having a good time, just go, oh my God, I've got to stop this. I got to go. I'm on my lunch break. I have to go back to work. Yeah. I think that's what it is we're so used to being dominated and oppressed. As soon as there's no more oppression or domination, we don't know what to do with ourselves. If somebody would just say, you're free to go, what would we do with that freedom? Or power. Sometimes power is like that. We're given power, and sometimes we abuse it. We're given power, and we just we should think of constructive things to do with our power. If you had a power like invisibility, or just the power to say no. The power to say no. No, I'm not going to be sick. No, I'm not going to be in aches and pains. I think what people do sometimes is they search for pain. I watch that with my mom sometimes. She doesn't quit until she feels pain, and then she focuses on that pain. And it's like an addiction to pain. It's like me, I felt pain, but then I don't want pain. I'll go to something else. And then I'll have like today is a pain-free day. A day that is pain-free. Pain-free. As free as the wind blows. I'll be glad to have that. You know, that's the thing. Your job now is to not be bored. Hey, there he is. That's right. There he is. We're talking about being retired. If we're retired, I think that's what it is they don't teach you what to do if you're bored. Good night and welcome. It's Depeche Mode. You can't wait for retirement. I think that's what it is have some plans. When you retire, have some plans. Say, I'm going to just go pay the admission fee to Six Flags, or pay the admission fee to uh, SeaWorld or something like that, and just afford me snacks at lunchtime or to snacks. I think that's the opposite of bored. Listen, it's that whole duality thing. Duality. They both exist, but to what degree? Or do you like the feeling of being bored? Do you? Because sometimes we're addicted to the feeling, sadness, depression. Somehow, in a macabre way, we we become addicted. We look for things that depress us. You're going to start recording the police and showing them they they violate your rights. There we go. That's something to do. You guys are violating my rights. I know my rights. You don't have to ask me for identification. That sounds like the Empire, doesn't it? You don't need to see my identification. Move along. These aren't the droids you're looking for. That's become a hobby now. Making the police look like clowns. I remember when you said, if you just said, I'm calling the police, that would change things really fast. They hate it when you use the Jedi mind tricks against them. That's right. The Jedi mind tricks. You don't need to see his identification. I don't need to walk the straight line. I don't need to say the alphabet backwards. Some of that stuff they ask you to do, I couldn't do it sober. I could get as far as X, Z, Y, X, and then I'd have to, I just say, just arrest me. I can't say the alphabet backwards. I think if you try to say the alphabet backwards, that's a sign that you're drunk. If you really commit to it, because I don't think a sober man would try to say the alphabet backwards. That's probably, or like touch your nose, close your eyes and touch your nose. I wonder how many people miss their nose. Usually say, let me smell you. You know, get a good whiff. You'll smell the whiskey. You'll smell the beer. You'll smell it on them. It's like, okay, that's enough for me. I think I love those cameras, you know, those body cameras. Because people try to pull all kinds of stunts and tricks. Or even cops. Some cops are not on the up and up. I wonder how many people turn off their cameras. The devil's lettuce, that's right. The devil weed marijuana. Can you even say marijuana anymore? Everybody uses codes now. Hey Eddie, what's going on? I'm enjoying this humidity. I'm out here in the humidity. I can feel it in my shirt. I showered this morning and I'll soon have to shower again. I think that's why some people just sit outside with their shirts off. That sweat is trying to evaporate and it can't because you have a shirt on. Yeah. So we got 9 people watching. All right. Welcome to Eddie's Funhouse. Today is a nice laid back kind of day. Listening to all the beautiful birds outside. I encourage people to do that. It'd be interesting to figure out what we're addicted to. You know, are we addicted to fear? Are we addicted to anger? Haters? Are we just addicted to food? Oh, wow. Those birds are attacking each other. You're going to have to face it. You're addicted. Yeah, sugar. Sugar is an addiction. They say that's worse than heroin. Sugar! Sugar! When you don't have it. What it is immediate gratification. It gives you immediate gratification when you eat sugar. You don't have to wait for it to kick in like the complex carbohydrates. My mom is addicted to sugar. She'll tell you she's not, but you can watch. You can watch. It's all in the behavior. It's all in the dozen donuts, the 4 tubs of cotton candy. I wonder how she's doing in the hospital. She's in the hospital now because they're doing, they're getting her ready for valve. They got to work on her valve. She has a regurgitating valve. I think that car accident made it worse. She was in that conclusion. She was in a conclusion. She rear-ended a car because she was trying to clean her windshield while she was driving. That happened to me one time. I shouldn't judge. It was nighttime and I couldn't see out of my windshield, so I deployed the wiper and the spray, and then there was a red light suddenly, and I realized that I went through it. Yo, hello. Hold on a second. She is getting better. It's just nice to have nurses watching her for a while. You had a heart attack 1.5 years ago and have to, yeah, the stences. I'm part of the Chest Crackers Club. They had to crack open my chest. I hate that. There are other ways to, I guess they have to do bypass. They have to bypass those blockages. They can't prevent the blockages. For some reason, they can't seem to say, oh, wait, you're 50% blocked, or you're 10% blocked. They got to wait till you're 100% blocked before they can do anything. Yes, prayers. Hello, David. That is dark. Sometimes you go through dark times. I wonder how much of that is making us dependent. I'm all right. I think Mike's all right now. I'm glad you didn't have to have an open heart bypass. All they had to do was put some... They have all these ways of scooping out the plaque. How old is YouTube? I don't know how old YouTube is. I think it started in the 90s, the late 90s, or no, early 2000s. So yeah, it's probably 25 years old. What's dark is I made a home page for the orphanage kids, but they had a hard time finding it. A home page for the orphanage kids. For class for the, a meeting for the paranoid people, but nobody showed up. And I like those jokes, the ones you have to think about. What I should do is each trend, I should make a playlist. I need you now more than ever, put my heart back together. That song, and then there was the other one, Chicken Banana, Chicken Banana. I should do that, just so I could remember all the trends. Yeah. We have to laugh. That's what we're here for. Don't worry, Ed. Skipping school again to watch your live. Aww. They got to do something to make school more interesting. They got to make school interesting. Why is school so boring? You're all in the same building all day long. You're eating lunch together against your will. No wonder people snap. People snap. They should let kids do what they'd rather be doing. Would you rather be out on a boat fishing? Would you rather be out camping? Would you rather be out selling bracelets that you made? That's what's going to make you money, not learning about their version of history. Put you on the projector than school. That's right. Today's lesson is don't let it bother you. Whatever happens, don't let it bother you. Forget about it. Forget about it. Because the more you let it bother you, the more it becomes a problem. Don't focus on the problem, focus on the solution. I'd have so many answers. Yeah, put me on the projector. Everybody look at me. Hey, look at me. Here's how to operate a puppet. People love puppets. You can fill a whole stadium with people who want to watch you work a puppet. Thoughts on hunting? Hunting is necessary, very necessary, especially deer. There are places where they don't hunt deer, and there are so many deer. We're supposed to eat. We're predators. We're supposed to be hunting. Why do you think bows and arrows and spears and traps? Kitty, 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 kitty. Looks like a caged tiger. What's this? He's a caged tiger. I don't know if you can see that. The cat is up there. The cat is up there. Look, he's sticking his head out. Let's see if you can zoom in. He's a tiger. Oh, he's coming to... Oh, look, he's going after the birds. That's what he's doing. Look how he's sitting there waiting patiently. He wants a birdie. See, that's hunting. Meow. Meow. He's going to sit there and he's going to wait and he's going to watch. So he's made himself comfortable. He's waiting for the next hapless victim. We could make this whole life about that cat. He's just a wild cat. They call them feral cats. He's a feral cat. He's friendly though. He comes up to the porch in the morning. He waits for me to give him some treats. I think he once knew what it was like to be domesticated. He's waiting. It's a male cat. It's a male cat. He's been neutered. That's what they do with cats around here. They catch them, they neuter them, or spade them, and then they release them. They deactivate their reproductive organs. I shouldn't say that too loud. What do you mean deactivate my organs? Yo, cat! Look at that. He's so calm. A few days ago, a dove sat in that spot. Kitty cat! What's new, pussycat? Aw, you come to say hi? Kitty, kitty! Okay. Alright, now we're back to... I guess the sun hasn't adjusted correctly. Hi there. Donnie. Elder. It's a he. Hee hee. It's a he. Hee hee. It's a male cat. I call him Seymour, as in feed me Seymour. Say my name, say my name. Hi. There we go. It looks like we're on a hillside. Cool name. She is resting comfortably. They're sizing her up for a valve. They're going to put, I guess, an artificial valve and see how that works. So, I guess right now, enjoy the day. I think that's my assignment. I think God is wanting to see if I can enjoy the day without worrying, without getting all upset, without being concerned about my future. Things I could do nothing about. That's what I get all bent out of shape about. Remember me, Nani? I do remember you. Thoughts on meatballs? They're delicious. They sell pre-made meatballs. All you have to do is cook them. Can my cat fly? No. Well, temporarily. I've seen him catch air. Cats can catch air, especially when they're going after a bird. That's one thing you need in your house is a talking bird. Talking birds solve crimes. There was a bird named Larry after Larry Bird, a cockatoo, I think, and it came in to rescue its owner. He was being in the process of being murdered, I guess. John B. Allen, or Mr. Ballin. He goes by Mr. Ballin. Somebody called him Mr. Ballin, but it's John B. Allen. He tells stories like that. G'day, Jan. I like when that thing shuts off. I have to talk over the neighbor's condenser, and it's quiet when it turns off. I wonder what happened to Emma. Emma said, "Can you go live, please?" or something like that. And I went live, and she's not here. Did you know birds can cry, but not penguins? Penguins cannot cry because probably because they'd freeze if they cried enough. I didn't know that birds could cry. Dogs can smile. You ever watch a dog smile? They can hold a shotgun, apparently. Oh, my cat is cute. It's not my cat. It just comes around, greets me in the morning, comes right up on my porch. Yep, lot rent. Time to pay the lot rent. Shotgun. Have you seen that picture? It was a golden retriever who had its paw over a shotgun, wearing a hunter's cap or hunting cap. Also, the jackalope. Remember the jackalope? Wow, today feels like a day in Hawaii. Do you have an AK-47? No. Do you remember me? Probably not if you've changed your profile. People do that a lot. They change their profile. Like I'm supposed to be a mind reader. Like I'm supposed to psychically know who they are. They keep changing their profile and they go, "Do you remember me? I can't see you." That's the thing. You know what I look like. I like to start a portfolio of all my fans. Thoughts on vinegar? Apple cider vinegar is pretty helpful. People sing the praises of apple cider vinegar with mother. They call it with mother. Let's have some apple cider vinegar with mother. I am not vegan. Remember when I told a joke? I probably do. That's your cat? That's your cat. Is it? Come get it. Come get your cat. I got to get in the shade. This is not the shade. Sorry about this. I can feel the sun cooking my head. There we go. Ah, make yourself comfortable. You come up with the most random topics. Thoughts on Johnny Appleseed? There was a song about Johnny Appleseed. I did not have a truck. I try not to drive very much. I don't like traveling for too long, for long distances. My territory is very small. I go to the grocery store and back. That's about it. I do not hunt. My brother used to go hunting. I think he still does. I don't hunt, I hike. I like hiking. Hiking is quite fun. Or just going on a nature walk. Ed in nature. Hey man, I'm doing all right, Jack. Just trying to get situated here. I had to move into the shade. I used to fish. In Hawaii, we do spear fishing. Or sometimes with a cane pole. We call it cane pole fishing. When we got bored, we'd go get a cane, or I guess it's just a piece of bamboo with a fishing line on it. And we would put bread. We'd put bread on the hook. Knock, knock. Who's there? I love the beach. There's no shade, though. Unless you create shade, there's no shade on the beach. You can get sunburned. Don't forget your bullfrog. Don't go outside without your bullfrog. The beach is fun. The beach is a place where you can feel wind in your hair, sand under your feet. Needle? What about needles? Well, I'm glad you think I'm cool. I'm one of the cool kids. Oh, a dragonfly. Wow. I just saw a dragonfly. A lot of carpenter bees out here. The coolest thing I have, I think, brass knuckles. I've got, or they call them knuckle dusters. I have a collection of knuckle dusters. I also collect knives. I've got all kinds of knives. I like all different kinds of knives. What's nice is here in Georgia, they're not illegal. In California, they'll lock you up if you have a butterfly knife, if you have a switchblade. If you have a switchblade, they will put you away. But here, you can go into a store and buy a switchblade. Has there been a scary moment between those trees behind you? No, not yet. I don't want any scary moments. One time in California, I saw a snake. I think it was a copperhead or a rattlesnake. It looked more like a copperhead. I saw your knock knock. What happened? Skunks. We talked about, I think it was a rattlesnake. It was a small rattlesnake. and I just stayed away from it. I let it lay there. It was all coiled up. You can tell because it has an arrowhead. The head is shaped like an arrowhead, and it was coiled up. It was sitting on the ground, so I just stayed away from it. It didn't rattle. Needle. What about Needle? Needle who? Yeah, it's starting to feel very tropical here. I can feel a tropical feeling. I remember days like this in Hawaii. Can you show us the next animal that comes? Probably. You just saw the cat. Need a little help? See, you could have just went through it. Knock, knock. Who's there? Needle. Needle who? Need a little help? That's what you say to somebody who is struggling to get something into their trunk, or something to, yeah, somebody who's struggling to do something. Knock, knock. Who's there? Needle. Needle who? Need a little help? That's right. It's about laughter. I think it is going to rain today. I took my vitamins. Where did everybody go? There's 8 people. There was 9. Do I like geography? I like geography. It's pretty cool. Also, study of culture, social studies. I really like the paranormal. I like paranormal. And history. History, if it's told accurately. A lot of times, history is not told very accurately. We're told things about history, then we realize it wasn't all true. But sometimes it's a lot worse than what they say. Sometimes history is much worse than previously thought. How much are college books? I don't know. I'd check it out. I think they're trying to come down on that, on the cost of education. Hello, AI user. It's an outside day today. AI user said hi. Yes, he did. We have fun here. We have joy, we have fun, we have seasons in the sun. I did not bring my flute outside. Is that a pretzel? A pretzel? You built like a rock. Misshapen rock? Why doll live? Like a misshapen rock. You ever watch that movie, what was that, The Puppet Master? The very first Puppet Master movie? There was one of the puppets, I think called Pinhead or something, has a very small head, and a very big body, very large hands. I kind of look like him. Welcome to Eddie's Funhouse. Before my voice starts to go, I talk until my voice leaves. Everyone should have a voice. We talk about random things. People somehow like this movie. This live stream. I'm watching the clouds. Have you ever been a fossil? Have I ever seen a fossil? It was my dream, but never found one. You know what I have? We went to a rock quarry. I forget when, it was in elementary school. We went to a rock quarry. They were digging through rocks looking for fossils. I think we did find some. Sometimes fossils are found in amber. Have you ever seen that? Like Jurassic Park, they look in amber for creatures. They're well preserved, I guess. G'day! It's always interesting to look at a fossil and go, what was it like back then? 65 million years ago? When giant bird-like creatures roamed the earth. They say humans haven't been here very long. Why couldn't the bad sailor learn the alphabet? I don't know. Why couldn't the bad sailor? Or dad? Did you say dad sailor? D-A-D. Thoughts on dinner? I guess it's good to have. Don't miss dinner. It's actually more than 65 million. I can imagine. Where did we come from? You know, there are a lot of stories. The origins of man. Did we evolve from the Neanderthal? But then there was the Cro-Magnon. And then there's a Homo erectus. It's interesting how creatures just appear and disappear on the earth. And we have a language. We speak to each other. Sorry, I was a bad service area. Oh, a bad service area. Okay. That is B-A-D. Okay, B-A-D and D-A-D. Dyslexia does that to you. Jen, but compared to the age of the universe, it is. Nope, you didn't miss anything. It's just this and that, this and that. Because he always got lost at sea from the ball. Lost at sea. That's why he couldn't learn the alphabet. How old are you, Mr. Lute or Mrs. Lute? God made it all. That's right. Everything is no older than 6,000 years old. Did you know that S? Oh, you're 13. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing your jokes. Jokes liven things up a bit. That's what we need. We need to be livened up a bit. Sorry. What is C? C means yes in Spanish, right? Of course it does. C. Somebody has a Harley Davidson. Your internet is bad. Okay. Thoughts on rice? Rice turns into sugar, I hear. After you eat rice, it gets converted into sugar and starch. That's stable diet in Asia. Rice. Easy to grow, I guess. All you need is lots of water and the energy to harvest it. Planting rice is not fun. I wonder if people even use maps anymore. People use GPS. When I was young, they used maps. We had to spread out a map and a compass. And then we had Google Maps. And they would print out the directions. Now you just listen for the turns. You have arrived. Vans? A lot of people are having to live in vans. Some people are finding out that it's not all it's cracked up to be, living in vans. They call it van life. like it's freedom, but there's a lot of things you have to go without when you live in a van. Thoughts on maps, thoughts on vans. You have a wheel that you spin? I think you have a wheel that you spin. And if it lands on vans or maps, that's the thing you want to talk about. It's an unseen wheel. It's been 45 minutes. Hi, David Risch. Rodolfo's back. Centes. Cintes? What's Cintes? Temptation? Is temptation your Cintes? Do you watch anyone else's lives? Sometimes. What I've learned is keep it exciting. You have to keep it exciting. Talk to people. Actually talk to people. See in Tess. I'm not good at English. Okay. Say my coo cheese Harry. Coo cheese? Are you messing with me? I don't feel like I can focus today. Something's wrong. I don't feel like I can focus. There is a good show called Off the Topic. You should check it out. Off the Topic. Is that another live stream? Yes. That's short of how to pronounce sentences. Sentences. He. Well, you have a good day, David Risch. Yes. Bye, David. Sentences. Sentences. Are you trying to mess with me? Trying to get me to slip up and say something I shouldn't? We are all a little bit dyslexic here in Eddie's Funhouse. Don't forget to tip. Yes, I haven't been tipped in a while. People don't do that anymore. They used to tip. What do I have to do to get a tip around here? I don't want to know. I don't want to know what I have to do to get a tip around here. What do people expect? People expect a lot, especially in the service industry. And you are such a likable person. Well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad I can pull that off. Yeah, just be kind and courteous. Wear a shirt. Don't go shirtless. Just the tip. I know, that's what I'm afraid of. Oh no! Has this become an adult show? Did this suddenly become an adult show? We're all stars now in the adult show. Make good looking models. I like that, Marilyn Manson. I don't like the drugs, but the drugs like me. Mike, is that sus? Sus? What country are you in? America. I am in the Americas, or what's left of it. America used to be such a good country. People actually wanted to come to America and be a citizen. They come to America. Maybe. Americans make America. Americans are who make America. Make America. Stop being greedy. Greedy only gets worse. Greed only gets worse. Like Albert Einstein. Wagon? Megan? I like trying to read. It's funny to watch me try to read. Are you a baby? I am not a baby. I'm not a baby. I'm not a baby. B-A-B-B-Y. If it didn't have the extra B, would it be Babby? Babby or baby? Babby if there isn't an E at the end. If there's no E at the end, then it would be Babby. Chill. That's what we're about here. It's time to be chill. Dyslexia. Dyslexia. That sounds like an island in the Mediterranean. The island of dyslexia. How is it's okay. I get to eat every day. I get to sleep in a bed. I get to hug my mom before I go to sleep. Whenever she's not in the hospital. I have never seen somebody in the hospital as many times. We are all slaves. That's right. Arbeit macht frei. That's what they sell you. Work makes you free. And you just work for somebody else. You make somebody else money. So they can plot and plan. So they can use us as social experiments. I am 56 years old. Until June. I'll be 1 year older in June. Then I'll have to remember that I'm not 56 years old anymore. Cattle. We are cattle. We're talking cattle. We are a means of making money. Sheep cattle. We're sheep. We just go out and graze. You look about 2 years old. Gah, gah. It's starting to cool down a bit. We're getting overcast. I don't know. You don't know your own age? Do we age at all? Is it something we all agree to do? I like to do an experiment. Don't tell somebody how old they are. And there's, because I think what it is we have timers. Subconsciously we have timers. If those timers go off, but not everybody knows it. Not everybody knows these timers. There are people who turn 40, but they don't look 40. Hello. Cligbox. We only age because we do the birthday ritual. That's right. Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate birthdays. They do not celebrate birthdays. It's a ritual. We put candles on a cake, and then we eat said cake. I decided to become epigenetic and stop aging. And stop. I think a lot of it has to do with what we collectively decide. We collectively decide that we're all going to die one day. We collectively decide that at some point in our life we turn 18, and then we're somehow responsible all of a sudden. Some people, some tribes, the tribes who don't subscribe, They have totally different. They don't. They don't evolve as far as technology. There are some tribes that still hunt with bows and arrows, and spears and traps. They don't have all the technological advances we do. Clickbox. You are Clickbox. I don't think we're supposed to age. We all decide we're going to age. In a way, I think when you age, you don't have responsibilities. Some people like being old. Do you know it's only the year 2017 in Ethiopia? Really? Yeah, we collectively decide. You know, like when you look at the Jewish calendar, when you look at the Chinese calendar, they all have different dates or different years. The Roman Empire decided to start all over again, to start with day one. We actually count backwards from day one. If we want to go further back in time, what is the stream about? I guess we're talking about time right now, or what we collectively decide. I wasn't old until I came here. When I was away from my family, I hardly aged. And I guess what being with my family reminded me of was how old I was. And then all of a sudden, these subconscious triggers, these subconscious timers went off. If you go into your phone calendar all the way back to 1582, I think there are missing days. Yeah, I've noticed that. February was only 28 days this year instead of 29 days. Last year I looked back, 29 days in February, but this year it was only 28 days. No! Oh, I'm talking about it goes from October 4th straight to October 15th. Oh, really? That's a lot of days missed. Hello! The Great Dreamer, Jeff Bro. Hello, Jeff Bro. You are back. Elder is back. Are you Mormon? Is that where you get elder from? Or are you an elder? Do we consult the elders? Yes, I just looked it up. 1582 is the month of October. Check it out in your calendar. You know what? I think that's where these glitches in the Matrix come from. There's reality, and then there's what we all decide is reality. Yes, you are back. It's Jan. Because there's a lot of things we don't agree on, like religion sometimes. We don't agree on the creation theory. Double tap, everyone. Like and subscribe. It only takes a second. Now I'm reading a script. I can actually read a script. This is a good environment. I'm glad I chose this environment. It only takes a second. If only you believe like I believe, we'd get by. If only you believe like I believe. But then again, there's this desire to disagree. I think people would get bored if we all agreed. If we all agreed on the same things all the time, we'd probably get bored. It makes it more exciting when we disagree. Then there's conflict. What gets us going is conflict. Then you can break rules. You can break rules when there's a conflict. You can reset calendars if there's a conflict. But then again, the problem is trying to get everybody to agree after the conflict. When Jesus died, that's when time began. Everything else, we just forget about everything that happened before that. Or we remember it, but we don't regard it. Oh, this is nice. I'm learning how to enjoy life. That's what I'm learning. At this late age of 65 years old, 56 years old, sorry, 56 years old. Are we lagging? I think we're lagging. Or did the chat stop? Did the chat stop working? I brought my wand today. This is made of Hollywood. It's Hollywood. There's much to be said about the Hollywood. Hollywood. They say wands are used to draw things to you or to send things. I think it's an antenna. You use it as an antenna or to direct your attention. Wands have been around for a long time. They used to use staffs, but I think wands were easier to carry. There's a lot that goes into making a wand. Oh, there's a birdie! A little birdie! You hear the train, everybody? I think did the chat stop? It does that, and I don't know why. I don't know why. It just stops. I think people do that to mess with me. They say, everybody stop chatting. It'll think something's wrong. Well, I think this is over. Our discussion is over. I think what I'll do is take a break and then start a new live. That's what I should do. What I should do is turn this off, take a break, take a bladder break.